for the win. It's no myth. Drowned out by pride. It's no win.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to For the Win. It's your boy, Dr. Jones here. Hope you are well. Pray you're doing good and all that good jazz in between. We're going to start this podcast off real simple and quick and jump right into it. Listen, we are here For the Win to help you build character and know that you are more than an athlete. I'm not here to talk about or expose any coach, team, none of that stuff. I'm talking about you, the athlete, with your family and the village God has given you, because you got to realize you are more than just an athlete. And you got to understand and know you're going to spend more time in your life as a non-athlete as you will an actual active playing athlete, whether you're on the bench, starting, reserve, doesn't matter. You got to understand that life is about fulfilling purpose, and God has given you that purpose. Yet while we are here and while you are going through this journey and this process, there are some things you're going to have to tackle, which is the industry of playing sports and the beast that comes with it. It's a lot. And there are no two places the same on any level, in high school, college, or professional. It's all different, but we all endure it or have endured because we love sports. Now, I'm a post-athlete. I played 20 some odd years ago. However, what I have learned and in this process is that what I went through, some individuals, some kids, some young people are going through it and more, and they don't know how to get through it. So I was prayed about how can I help them. I started For the Win, and this our main scripture is Philippians 3:14. I press on to the higher calling, which is in Christ Jesus, because that's what got me through. I know there's a lot of different ways people try to get through stuff, and I dig it. You have that right, but I just know that word, prayer, and finding my purpose in Christ was the best thing for me. Of course, I was part of FCA and Athletes in Action. I've been in different colleges around the country to go speak about at Bible studies or meetings and stuff like that. But I started this little podcast and the videos that we do here just to inspire you, let you know a different perspective of how to get through your college career, athletic career, whether in high school, college, or professional, and post-career. Because there are a lot of people who are struggling, who struggle when the game is over with. Not talked about as much that struggle, but it's a struggle. So we have For the Win to help you find your purpose, all right? Because you are valuable, more valuable than you can ever imagine. But today I want to jump in and talk about this NIL stuff, this name, image, and likeness. Now, when I played, we didn't have that. We didn't have that at all. It was no name, image, and likeness kind of stuff. You played in high school. You played hard. If you were good, whether your team was winning or not, if you were good, scouts came to see you. Hopefully you knew somebody who had a video recorder and knew how to edit. No one was editing anything on their phones. That wasn't even happening. Rarely did anybody even had a laptop or even a tablet. It seems archaic now, but the truth was if you were a good athlete, you had to put on that day, that night of the game, period. And when people came to see you, you had to put on. They saw a snippet of your tape, which was probably foggy and blurred up depending on the quality that you had, because we didn't have a bunch of all this 4K, 6K, HD stuff. No, you had to put it in. And if you were good and you passed the eye test and you get on that field or that court or that field of play and you did your thing, you had an opportunity to go somewhere. The newspaper was the best. Newspaper was the best thing that we had. The newspaper talked about who was going to play coming up that night. If you were able to play against somebody who was decent, the scouts coming, the recruiters are coming. They were there. I'm in Central Florida, so every week we were going against somebody who had who was a dog, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Period. I played at a time of. We were going against Brandon Siler at Evans High School, things of that nature. And yeah, we put on. They beat us. They did beat us, and their band was better than our band. But the thing was, listen, they coming. They're coming to see him. Make a name for yourself. That's how it was for us growing up. Now it's different. And now everybody's out to make an NIL deal. And I don't want to say it's ruining sports. I don't fully agree with it because it's unregulated. But I can say that a lot of these athletes, these high school athletes, are, for lack of better terms, they're screwed when it comes down to just being good and then going to a D1 school or even D1 AA school nowadays. There's a different path that they have to take. But here's some numbers I want to put out to you so you understand the the percentages when it comes down to going to the next level. Okay, there's 341 million people in this country, citizens in this country. Of those 340 million people in this country, 8% of them play high school sports, all right? 8 million of them play high school sports, like 2.35%. 8 million of individuals play high school sports on all grades, 9 through 12. Of those 8 million that go and play high school sports, only about 6% of those are going to go to the next level, okay? They play college sports. Of the individuals that play high school sports, there's roughly about 4.5 million male athletes and about 2.5 million female athletes, give or take the numbers, or which one you're looking at. Of those numbers, here's a percentage. 5.6% of that 4.5 million of male athletes go play college sports, and about 5.8% of the 2.6, female athletes go play college sports. For male athletes, 1.9% go D1, 1.4% go D2, 2.3% go D3. For female athletes, 2.1 of the 5.8% go D1, 1.4 goes D2, and 2.3 goes D3. The numbers shrink immaculately going to the next level. Of those 8 million, maybe about 490,000 will go play college sports. That's just the math. Of those 500,000 athletes playing college sports, less than 2% of them will go on to the next level and compete at a professional level. I want to make it plain to any parent, guardian watching this to understand you are all fighting for a very, very, very small percentage and a very small chance. And truth of the matter is, because I played D1. I went to Indiana University at first, and I went to the Georgia Southern, the real GSU, okay? You got to understand, when you get to that next level, there are some people who have a God-given athletic ability that they don't even try to have. I'll never forget when we went. I was at IU and went to the basketball courts, and Mr. Basketball, Indiana, A.J. Ratliff was in there, and that man, he had a book bag on. I'll never forget it. He had a book bag on. He said, "What's up, big dog?" I said, "Come and get a run." The football players want to go play the basketball players every now and again. AJ went up there, went to the basket, did a straight windmill between the legs, dunked it with the bag on, said, "Who got next?" Shoes wasn't tied, nothing. I looked like, what? You not going to stretch, warm up, yawn, do nothing, just going to go and just pop it like that? Yeah. It's some cats at that next level that are just hands down dogs. They just got the gift. They got the speed. They got the they got the move, the quickness, the IQ. It's a God-given thing. It's nothing they actually trained for. Like, I had to train for some stuff, but even my abilities, which was pretty good going to the Big Ten, but it's some cats out there that just got it, and your kid is going up against that. You went up against it, and you had to compete. Now, granted, not everyone at that top level, you could say, God-given dog, but most of them are, hands down. If they're not going to stay there long, because the professional levels, even high-end college players, at this, always, they got it. They got the juice. And if you don't accept that or think it's something you can do to get that, no, that ain't it. It's not it at all. It's like being my size, about 6'4", 6'5", 290 still. I ain't got no belly sitting here on me. Wear a size 16 shoe. I can still dunk a basketball. I didn't ask for that. Just what I'm able to do. I'm not going to dunk because I'm about to be 40 and my knees ain't going to be able to take it. But I'm letting you individuals know on the other side, you should not put all your eggs in one basket, because one injury, one bad coach who don't like you, or one coach who comes in and wants to play their players and their staff and how they want to do that can change your whole trajectory on how you play sports. And a lot of these high school kids are putting a lot into this NIL thing, trying to build your own name, image, and likeness, and I don't understand why, because that does not make you a better player. Doesn't make you a worse. I think it does make you a worse player. I was about to say it doesn't make you worse, but it does, because you're spending your time on things that doesn't make you better at the game of your choice. It doesn't. You can spend that time getting a GPA through the roof, 3.5 or higher, making sure you got a 4.0, making sure your test scores are where they need to be eligible to get into the colleges that you want to go play for and want to get in, because some of you are walk-ons. That's the dead honest truth. Some of you are flat out walk-ons, and that's how you're going to have to earn your right to be on the team. But be a walk-on with the full ride academically. Okay, make sure they can't take your opportunity to grow and learn away from you if you don't make the team, or if you just decide once you get to that next level, this is just too much for me. This is a lot of stress. I don't want to do it, because stress is a huge mental aspect of playing high-level sports, because the percentages are so small. You have to be precise and almost obsessed with what you're doing, because some coaches, they are obsessed. They're obsessed with winning. They're obsessed with producing and growing, because that's their job and the game requires it if you want to be the best at it. Now, I'm putting it out here like this, and some people will say, it ain't got to be all that. Until you get there, you don't understand it. You don't understand this is what it requires. And I'm trying to warn you, or warn out just one, but not just one, but prepare you young people, my high school kids, for real. And some college athletes, you got to look at life a little differently. You got to look at what God has you here for more than what you want to do, as we all do in time. But sports is such a small portion of your life, a small portion of the story you're going to tell with your life, that you cannot put all your eggs in this basket thinking this is going to tell your whole story because you play high D1 ball or field high, whatever sport it is, or because you play professionally, because it's going to come to an end. There's no doubt about it. It's going to come to an end. When you're not ready for it to come to an end, that's where the mental distress comes in after playing. But this name, image, and likeness thing, I want to make it a little more, break it down exactly for what it is, because everybody thinks it's about just getting money. You have the NIL, which is name, image, and likeness, and the issue is uneven regulation and massive disparities in NIL opportunities, and they're creating a pay-to-play environment. Some school boosters offer six-figure deals, while others can't compete. And it creates pressure on athletes to focus more on branding than development. Now, what it has done is open up the opportunity for athletes to make money off their personal brand. But they're so quick to make money, try to make money. And I'm going to say this. People always been making money in college. How easily and quickly we forget about what happened to Reggie Bush. Yeah, don't think for one instant. I know it was 20 years ago that Reggie Bush was the only one getting money in college. Nah, he was a fall guy. That's it. He was low-hanging fruit from somebody he knew, whatever the case may be. I don't know the details. I don't want to know the details, but I'm letting you know, by no means was he the only one out here getting money in college. So this is what NIL wants you to do if you want to explore going to the next level with NIL from high school to college or in college. Focus on utilize social media, create a personal website or portfolio, a professional website can showcase an athlete's accomplishments and endorsements. We'll contact them. You want to network and seek opportunities. You want to explore the NIL platform, utilize online platforms that connect student athletes with potential sponsors and collectives. Talk about collectives in a minute. You want to work with NIL consultants. You want to follow state laws, report NIL activity to the schools, seek professional advice, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All these things go on. Now, colleges are not supposed to use NIL money to recruit kids, but we know that's happening, and there are no consequences for it. They can give you the money, promise you the money, and say whatever, however, and who's going to stop them? Nobody, because it is an unregulated field. Now, what is the collective? Now, the NIL refers to the athlete right to profit from their personal brand and their likeness, their name, their image, photos, and videos. Athletes can be paid for things like social media endorsements, autograph signings, personal appearances, sponsorship deals, merchandising, camps, and clinics. That is name, image, and likeness. Now, the collective, they're booster-funded organizations or groups created to pool money from donors, alumni, and fans to provide opportunities for athletes. They are typically independent from school, on paper they are, but work to benefit athletes at a specific university. They're often created to offer group-wide deals, paying every offensive lineman a set amount for promotional appearances, and that happened, I believe, over in Texas. I think it was Texas A&M. Each lineman got $50,000 a year for attending that school, some to that extent. Y'all can check it on Google. And the NIL allows you the right to profit off your personal brand. The collective is a booster group that funds NIL opportunities. Who pays for the NIL? Companies, brands, individuals hiring the athlete. The collective is booster-funded pools that's paid from the individuals who went to the school or go to a school and or support that school or university. What kind of deals does the NIL give you? Individual endorsements or service. The collective give group deals, stipends, or organized payments. What's the legal role of the NIL? The athlete directly negotiates or hires an agent. The collective, again, is collective. The collective organizes and facilitates the deals. These are not the same things. Who controls the NIL? The athlete controls or owns the NIL deals, and the collectives may structure or control how deals are offered because it's for the group and it's booster funded. What's the risk of the NIL? Well, it's dependent on athlete's personal brand strength, how that individual pushes him or herself. With the collective, the risk of crossing pay for play or violating NCAA intent. Examples for NIL: promoting a local car dealership. Examples for a collective pay $50,000 to every offensive lineman at a school for charity appearances. It is not the same. And y'all are fighting for these brand deals or thinking you're just going to get an NIL deal. You're not that guy. You're not that girl. It's not for everybody. It's very, very few of them. Like I said earlier in this podcast, there are some people who just got the juice, hands down. Reggie Bush is one of them cats. He's one of my all-time favorite running backs in college, period. The man just had the juice, period. He's an NIL guy. That's it. Cam Newton, NIL guy. Johnny Manziel, NIL guy. Now, not everybody likes these collectives. They don't. Some say some argue that collectives violate the spirit of NIL by becoming disguised recruiting incentives. Okay, what's the NIL doing? The NCAA has issued warnings, but enforcement has been inconsistent, and some states are even changing laws to allow more freedom for collectives to operate openly. Here's the deal. NIL is the right. The deal is between athlete and company. The collectives are organized groups that create or fund those deals, often with the goal of supporting the entire team or recruiting efforts. So you may get to a team, a football team, and the receivers have a collectives, or the offensive linemen have a collective. Somebody's doing that for them, or the quarterbacks have a collective, or running backs, special teams, whatever the case may be. It's not the same as the NIL deal. I even heard some of these cats with NIL deals on their team in college. They got their own trainers with them now, and they're not training with the team. The game is different. I completely disagree with that because that bonding you have with being in the weight room with your fellow teammates and working out with them, that creates a bond that can last for a lifetime, for real. But these high school kids, I got to understand, prepare yourself for life with the opportunity to go to college because you play sports. Don't think your life is going to be better or enhanced because you play sports. No, you make your life. You choose your life. And part of your life at this point in time is playing sports. But your life is not sports. We're blessed to be able to see individuals like the Wayne Gretzky's, Tom Brady's, LeBron James's, these individuals who played 15, 20 plus years. Those are outliers. That's not everybody. That's not going to happen like that. They're blessed to do whatever they're doing, what they did. That's them. That's not everybody. And more than likely, here's the truth, the God-given truth, this is a faith-based podcast, it's probably not going to be you. It's probably not going to be you. And it's 100% okay. It wasn't me. I'm cool with it. But we all have dreams of going to the NBA, winning 2-3 championships, getting to the Super Bowl. That's great. But the odds are it's not going to be you. Truth is, it could, maybe, depending on how things go, but numbers don't show it like that. So you got to prepare your life with sports as a part of it, but your life cannot be just sports. I'm not saying this to be a Debbie Downer. I'm saying this for you to think wisely. What school do you really want to go to, young man, young girl, young woman? Where you want to go? What do you want to do? What school would allow you, what programs would allow you to be able to do what you want to do 5-10 years from now? Because 10 years from now, from 18 to 28, you're done playing sports. Just being all honest, you're done. You're done playing sports. More than likely, you're done. Injuries catch up to you, life catches up to you, or you just realize it's not for me anymore. And it's perfectly fine. God still can use you. There's still a plan for your life. You got great memories. You got great friends, coaches, places you go to. You know, the nostalgia of going back to campus for homecoming when you become an old head, because you will. What are you going to do with your life? 10 years from now, what are you going to do? College athletes, it's the same thing. What are you going to do 5, 6 years from now? Where are you going? Did you learn anything in college? Did you gain anything in college? Or was everything just about sports? Because you got cats right now trying to sue the NCAA for more eligibility. And they're blaming coaches. They're blaming staff members. They're saying this coach didn't allow me to get on the field, get the opportunity. So what? My thing is this: if you were that good as you think or say you are, you would have got on that field of court or that field of play, because they would not have denied you that opportunity if you were that good, because you being out there, if you're that good, helps them. It helps the coaches. So if you weren't out there for whatever reason, injury, didn't know the playbook, didn't understand it, 2, 3 different coaches in the time you were there, that's what God had for you. You got to accept it. Now, you can go and challenge the NCAA, and if they say no, and I believe most of them are going to lose this case trying to sue the NCAA for more time, for more eligibility, take your degree and do something with it if you got one. I'm not trying to be mean and rude. I'm trying to be honest, because God has a plan for your life. And sports is a part of your story, but it is not your whole story. And a lot of us are focused on making this quick money, trying to get something. I can use it to change my life, stuff like that. Look what the taxes going to do to your money, depending where you live at anyway, okay, or where you play sports. Your boy from Tennessee, he was offered $2 million to stay in Tennessee or be in Tennessee and get $2 million a year. Asked for $4 million, he didn't get it. That $2 million a year with taxes probably got you like 1.6 maybe. Now you're going to California just to get $2 million. I believe it's just $2 million in California. He might bring home $870. Taxes hit different. Taxes hit real different depending where you're going, but a lot of people don't know that, because are you worried about what you can get with that money? You got to think about life, young people. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because it goes by fast. It goes by real fast, and it goes by faster than you think. And I say this when I preach, when I teach, when I write books, when I do seminar, all that good stuff, especially when I do character building, because we got a character building program that we have available for high school and college athletes. I tell them all the same thing. You are going to get older way faster than you think. So make the best decision right now, regardless of how you feel. Do your homework, use wisdom, pray, get advice, all that stuff, and figure out what you can do with this moment in time, because you will never get this opportunity again. You won't. You need to take the most out of it. Get a degree. And if you have an opportunity to go pro, and you're in some mock drafts, or you're going overseas to do stuff, get all of that degree done as much as you can. Get as much of it as you possibly can done, and then invest your time playing ball while you can, or playing the sport you can, or overseas or professionally, and then say, I'm going to finish up my last year at whatever else may be, whatever school it is. It happens all the time. I suggest that. But if you're not one of them ones, you're not out here, and you're not going to go pro, or you're hoping someone sees you, stuff like that, and we all do, but if you don't, if you're in college and no one's looking at you by your junior, senior year, and you're not set to have a breakout year, you might want to consider doing something else with your time and efforts. Pray about it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be honest with you, so you're not lost out here, depressed, not knowing what to do with life because you didn't get what you wanted out of life, or you didn't get what you wanted out of playing sports. Going to college is not a guarantee for a successful life. You got to build your character, have a foundation of who you are, and know who God is. He is the answer. Here's the thing. As a kingdom believer, I push kingdom more than anything else as a believer. I believe in the King, Jesus as the King. Your life is built for purpose, not just contracts or anything else. You have a purpose to fulfill. It is not just playing sports and or being in college. It is all part of the process and journey to get you where God needs you to be, to give him glory in whatever he has for you to do. I will never limit what God wants for you to do, but I want you to be wise about what you're doing in school and with your time. All my high school athletes, please understand, this time goes by fast. Use it wisely. Create and get all the connections that you can, and find out what opportunity you're trying to do, and where's the best place you can use the gift that God has given you, so you can prepare 10, 15, 20 years from now. There are a lot of athletes, and if everything goes right, we're going to have athletes on here soon talking about post-career, what they have done. There are a lot of athletes who did not realize how special of a time it was when they were in college. And they kind of wasted it away because they didn't get the most out of it because they just thought they were going to go pro, things would be different, et cetera, et cetera. Use us, use me as the lessons to learn from. Not just everything you see in the media, because the media will never tell you the whole truth. I'm just saying, use the people around you who have played sports at every level, especially professionally and in college. They will be able to tell you and give you advice that may go right against what you want to do, but it is the best thing to hear. Get to school, get a degree, go on about your way, okay? And figure out what you want to do. Do not get caught up in this NIL stuff or even the collectives. Be the best you can be and be a proponent of excellence. Train hard, have good nutrition, honor your coaches and obey your parents, and let God show you where he needs you to be. All right? Now, this is For the Win with your boy, Dr. Jones. Check out all the videos that we do have on the channel, and I'll see y'all soon. Any comments, questions, or concerns, and if you want to hop on sometime and talk about some of these topics, let me know. I love you to love of Christ and walk in power. Peace.
We do this thing for the glory of the one true God. Oh,